might be, and I didn't say we're going to talk about this. You may not even know about this, Chewie. To be fair, we have had a. I wonder if I can find it. If anyone out there knows of a defamation lawyer, I'd be I'd be more than happy to hear from you. I'm just trying to find something.
What's happened, Pat? Have I defamed? Well, it's either someone has defamed you or I have defamed someone else.
So there is a piece right now up on Annie O'Brien's Discord.
Oh, is she taking a swing at us again?
Hell hath no fury like a leftist man defied. Goes through about all these terrible things that terrible leftist men are doing, yada, 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 yada. Lists a whole bunch of stuff and then has a lovely gallery of some very, I have to say, very attractive men.
She's used this before.
Yeah. And it's particularly interesting because a week ago, a week ago, Annie O'Brien was all over my Twitter feed. Yeah. I don't engage. I've had her muted for months, actually. She was all over my Twitter feed. And now she's blocked me. So it's very funny that I don't really engage with her. I have her muted. Well, it doesn't matter now. I've had her muted for look, you have muted posts from this account. And so what's happened is she's blocked me and then she's released this Substack. And there are some things in there which are defamatory, without question defamatory. She doesn't mention names, but she lumps all of these attractive guys out there and says some pretty some pretty heinous things. I do find it, I'll read the tweet I put out because I do find it particularly interesting that she's had a crack at me several times. She tries to do the whole, you and your big beard and you look revolting, da-da-da-da-da. And one of the things she complains about in that is people talking about her appearance, which is kind of hilarious. She also talks in the Substack about being a fan of, the justice system or the correct justice, whatever it is. A huge believer in the principles of justice, all whilst releasing information on a Green MP outside the justice system that have enabled that MP to never be able to get proper justice because she's poisoned the well with the information she released. But apparently she's a huge believer in the principles of justice. So she blocked me. Not too long ago, either she has, or she was all over my feed until quite recently. As an aside, I don't think I've ever been on hers. I might have been on her feed if she tagged me, like responding, but I've never been on a post of hers like that I've responded to. Yeah, hilarious that she's crying over people attacking her appearance, but she's done that to me several times here on X, unless she's deleted those as well. She cries in her Substack she is a huge believer in the principles of justice while fomenting a mob after a Green MP rather than taking the accusations to the police or the higher-ups in the Greens to enable justice, however it landed, to play out. It's kind of adorable on one level, although I really genuinely think if there is a lawyer out there who's experienced in defamation cases, I wouldn't mind hearing from you. bighearingnews@gmail.com. It's been that article has been shared by old mate Graham Linehan as well. So that's 800,000 subscribers. And often in defamation, it gets more serious the more people it's reached. So I was like, oh, okay. We'll see. And speaking of that, Chewie, my mouse has just stopped, so I can't actually get off the screen. Can you just pick the two faces? You click on the two faces down the bottom just to get off that. I think you can do it, can't you?
The two faces down the bottom.
How you normally take unshare the screen? Just that one. Was that you or me?
Remove it. No, yeah. I did that.
I'm gonna have to remove some batteries. So just talk away.
I've never interacted with Annie O'Brien ever, so I feel like I've been besmirched in an act of collateral damage. I think I just fit a profile for her, that I'm a man with a beard that has an opinion.
I mean, like, I
people.
encourage you go and read it. See what she says about the people in that photo. Remember, she doesn't identify anyone with her claims, which means that imbues, is that the right word? That means it basically besmirches everyone. And that's why I'm saying it's like, you know.
Oh my God. As I've been quite vocal, I do not dip my toe into Twitter anymore. But you've made me because she's blocked you. And I was like, oh, I wonder if she's blocked me. No, I'm not important enough to block Pat. You know what that means?
What's that?
That means I can make comments on her post. I will think about this. And I can either take the high road of being intellectual and challenge her in the marketplaces of ideas, or I could just spam her page with gifs from what was that movie with a male gigolo? They just had
Juice Bigelow.
Juice Bigelow, male gigolo,
gigolo.
where they had that constant throwaway thing where someone yells out, "That's a huge bitch." I could just use those gifs on a loop. You know, you don't have to be intellectual all the time. You can just be a real low-grade dirtbag because I feel like that fits the Twitter vibe better.
Pretty funny, though.
I'll think on it. Like, I remember when we had some she was on the working group, and let's just say she didn't come off like the brightest light bulb in the room.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Anyone can have a Substack, I guess.